Hey everyone, it's Nick Jerusalem with the Driscoll's Happy Home team. And as we obviously know, everybody needs to live somewhere. And chances are you're either going to own a home or you're going to be renting, or maybe you live with your parents or you're like 10 years old and none of this is relevant to you anyways. And why are you watching this? And so, your average mortgage is typically a 30-year fixed mortgage, meaning the rate won't change for 30 years. And so what we thought might be helpful is to provide an example of what it would be like to be a renter over the course of 30 years. So we have this little timetable here, and you can see up towards the top that rents have gone up in King County 64% since 2010. And that's pretty in par with what the historical rent increase has been over the last 100 years. And so in this example, we're kind of playing out, let's say you're paying $1,000 a month for rent, which if you've been a renter for long, that's really hard to find anything, despite how crummy it might be for about $1,000 a month of rent. But this kind of keeps nice, round, easy numbers. And in this example, we're also going to use a more conservative approach to how much the rent might be increasing. So we're saying a 6% per year increase, while it's actually been quite a bit higher than that over the last 5 years. It's been closer to about 9% a year. So year one, you start out, you're paying $1,000 a month in rent. And so if that rent goes up for 6% a year, by year 10, you're in the same apartment, nothing's gotten better, nothing's gotten nicer, and just by staying there and just kind of riding the waves of the rent hikes, you'd be now paying $1,790 a month for that same apartment. Going out 20 years, you're now at $3,200 a month. Again, nothing's changed. Maybe your landlord has refinanced the property and their payments have gone down, or they paid it off, but I don't think anyone here has ever had their landlord call them up and say, hey, great news, I just saved a bunch of money on my mortgage, and so I'm going to lower your rent. We all can pretty much safely say that rents are going to go up over time. If we go out to year 30, you're now paying $5,700 a month for, in this scenario, maybe a crummy studio apartment somewhere. And if you want to take any wild guesses at what it would be after 40 years, I'll give you a sec to think about it. You'd be paying $10,280 a month for the same apartment that you're paying $1,000 a month for 40 years prior. And an important thing to note here too is that if, let's say, during the same period of time, you owned a home and you had a 30-year fixed mortgage, your payments stay the same at year one as they do at year 30. Obviously, things like property taxes always go up as well. And if you can figure out a way to not pay property taxes, let me know. I'd really love to figure that one out. This just kind of provides a real simple and clear expression over 30 years of what that difference would be. So if you're curious to see how much you could afford in this market and what that would look like to own a home and what your payments would be, feel free to get in touch, and we're always happy to help.